Hi everyone, I have come all the way from Wakanda to be your special host for this special Halloween edition of State Champs. My name is Princess Suri.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. What's up, darling? I never heard of Wakanda. My name is Peter Quill. I come from Earth, a planet of outlaws. You know, Billy the Kid, Bonnie and Clyde, John Stamos. There's one other name you may know me by, Star-Lord. I'm one of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yay, another broken white boy for me to fix. State Champs starts now.
CHAMPS is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Stryker, discover your strengths and follow your passion with us. Fanuc America, the leading supplier of robotics, CNCs, and factory automation. State Champs also working in partnership with the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
What's going on, everybody? This is Star-Lord, and I'll be your host for State Champs this week. And if I had gone to high school on this planet, I would be on this show a lot because I'd be scoring a lot of touchdowns. This is Princess Siri.
Shuri.
Sorry, Shuri. And she is from the planet Wakanda.
You know Wakanda's on Earth, right? It's just hidden to protect our most precious resource, vibranium. Do you know what that is?
A vacuum? Yes, I know what that is. I don't own one.
No, vibranium. Well, never mind. Wakanda is the most technologically advanced place in the universe, so I was thrilled to hear that Lawrence Technological University is the sponsor of the show. We get some of our finest engineers from Lawrence Tech.
Okay, this show is all about America. It's got sports and sweat and lots of spitting. They will all make great outlaws one day. Let's get to the highlights.
We begin with some postseason Friday Night Football. Northview, the site where the undefeated number 10 Knights in Class 4A with a tough test in this Sectional 24 matchup. The Southwest Indiana 8th-ranked Evansville Central traveling to Brazil. The Northview Knights without their starting quarterback, in-step sophomore signal caller Keegan Garrison to run the show. He gives to the workhorse senior M.J. Shelton, and he will go to work. Shelton weaving his way to a 49-yard score. He'll celebrate with the faithful. Knights up 7-0. But Evansville Central is a senior-dominated squad. Quarterback Brendan Harper poised in the pocket. He spots fellow senior Malcolm DePriest, and the Bears strike for 6. This game tied at 7. In the second, Central going to the ground game. Harper hands off to the junior Brennan Schutte, and he plunges in for the go-ahead score. Bears 14-7 at the break. And if it isn't broke, don't fix it. Evansville Central knocking on the door again. Schutte has his number called again. He doesn't disappoint. Bears scored 3 touchdowns in the third. This one put them up 2 scores, 21-7. Harper threw for 205 yards with 143 going to his favorite target, DePriest. Nice pitch and catch as the Bears find a way to move on to the sectional championship game. Evansville Central defeats Northview 35-21 the final.
Now over to the IHS AA Champions Network Game of the Week, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Class 3A rivals Guerin Catholic and Brebeuf Jesuit Prep square up for a postseason sectional 26 grudge match. To start the second quarter inside the 1, Guerin Catholic's Charles Bach lined up at tailback. The give-off left tackle. Eagles head up 7-0 at the start of the second. After a field goal by Guerin, the Braves would find themselves down by 10 in the third. 3 backs in the tee, but sophomore QB Drake Hagerman hangs on for the Braves score. They would cut the lead, Guerin still up 10-7. And this would be a must-see. 4th and 9 in the fourth, Brebuff kicker Alec Bevelheimer lines up from 54 yards out for the tie. He would get some leg behind this one. Tie ball game 10-all. Brebuff with the ball, under 2 to go. Michael Bales III sees the open coverage, calling for the ball before the snap. Caleb Ellison out of traffic, tosses to Bales in the corner of the end zone for the go-ahead score, and Brebuff would claim this one over Garin Catholic, 20-10 the final.
The 2018 Girls Class A Soccer Championship is finally here, and it's a rematch from last year's bout. Wheeler, who does not have a single loss on their record this season, as they face the defending champs, Evansville Mater Dei. The Bearcats from Wheeler scored at least 3 goals every game during the regular season, and they look to add to that total here on the free kick. Riley Garcia sails the ball, and it hits the crossbar, and down it goes. Junior keeper Sabrina Henderson secures the ball, keeping the game scoreless. To the second half, Mater Dei on the attack. Junior Maddie Foles and senior Jenna Zerkelbach playing a little give and go. Foles with the burst of speed and the strength getting the shot off and into the back of the net. The Wildcats with the 1-0 lead. Less than 3 minutes to go in the game. Wheeler trying to tie it up. Senior Lyric Green with the free kick, finding fellow sophomore Gia Diaz, but junior Keep Henderson is there with the save. Evansville Mater Dei came out on top, notching their second straight state championship. 1-0, the final.
LP back with more soccer state finals action. Girls Class 2A Championship. IUPUI's Carroll Stadium the venue. Indianapolis Cathedral fresh off knocking off the defending champs Evansville Memorial 1-0 in the semi-states. A dozen seniors anchoring this Irish squad on the hunt for their first state title in nearly a decade. Amazingly, South Bend St. Joseph back in the grand finale for the second straight season despite losing 12 seniors from last year's state runner-up Indian team. A 13-3-4 record, Cathedral beat a bevy of top 20 ranked opponents to get here. Less than 2 minutes into the contest, Irish senior Sophia Saucerman with the free kick, and she will airmail this package into a crowd, which ping-pongs off several until Maddie Worth the last to touch it. It trickles by the keeper Cameron Weishauss. Cathedral on the board. The Cathedral crazies loving it. 16-5-2 on the season for St. Joseph. The Indians outshot the Irish 22-6 in this contest. Lots of great opportunities. Carolyn Edmonds with the high fastball, but Saucerman there for the stop. She had 8 saves, 4th shutout of the playoffs for the Irish, and Indianapolis Cathedral are state champions once again for the first time since 2009. 3rd overall title, 1-0 the final.
Hey guys, Peter Quill here. I was only a kid, when I left Earth, and I had no idea what the universe had in store for me. It must have had a sick sense of humor considering I have to deal with a cranky raccoon and a sarcastic teenage living tree. My point is, maybe you will command your own starship one day, and you know who can help with that? Lawrence Tech.
LTU offers over 100 degree programs, and their one common theme, their focus on theory and practice. The architecture program at Lawrence Tech is designed to provide a broad foundation for the development of design skills and insights.
So I would definitely recommend LTU's program when considering getting into architecture, because when you come here as a freshman, you're getting right into design studios. With other colleges, you might be taking some general education classes before actually getting into design. And so LTU puts you right into the design field right off the bat.
If you see yourself studying architecture in the future, consider enrolling at Lawrence Technological University. For more information on the degree programs offered at LTU, head over to their website, ltu.edu, today.
Princess Shuri here again, and I'm always reminding King T'Challa that just because something works doesn't mean it can't be improved. The State Champs Indiana team is always looking to add strong production warriors to our team. If you are a freelance camera person, or better yet, a reporter with perhaps some experience, they want to hear from you. State Champs airs 35 weeks a year in the Hoosier State, and that's a lot of stories and games to tell. So please go to our contact page at statechampsnetwork.com and send us an email. Cross-country and individual tennis state finals and some more football playoffs are just 2 minutes away.
I want to be a dermatologist, and though a lot of universities tried to recruit me for basketball, Lawrence Tech had the science curriculum that I wanted. LTU's Southfield campus is a great place to learn. and the classes are small enough that I don't have to wait for office hours to talk to my professors. They're usually right by my side, challenging me and guiding me toward a successful future. Lawrence Tech. Possible is everything.
I love working for Stryker.
I'm genuinely excited to come to work every day.
We support each other and look out for each other.
I love Stryker because we are like a family.
At Stryker, I own my career.
There are so many different places Stryker can take me in the next 5 years.
Together, with our
Customers.
we're driven
to make
healthcare better.
Great people with a strong mission and values can accomplish great things together.
You're watching State Champs, Indiana's home for high school sports. Wow!
Time to head to the course at Laverne Gibson for the state finals in boys and girls cross country. And we start off with the girls. And they're off. Teams from West Lafayette, Carroll, Carmel, and Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger, to name a few. Let's see who leads at the turn. It would be the senior from Greencastle, Emma Wilson, who took last year's individuals in the lead. And following behind her is Bishop Dwenger's Erin Sturzalecki. Getting her second straight finish in the top spot is Emma Wilson with 17:53.9, and in second is Sturzalecki with a time of 18 minutes. As a team, Carroll will claim the team championship with help from Megan Hathaway and Monroe Frucci. Now to the boys. Teams from Fishers, Carmel, Cathedral competing, to name a few, and things are getting hot at the turn. Cathedral senior Cole Hocker leading the way and looks lightning fast after finishing second last year. And this year is a different story. Hocker brings home the top spot, helping Cathedral to a second-place team finish, as Carmel took home the hardware for the team state championship.
Next, the individual boys singles and doubles state finals. A windy day at Park Tudor, but their focus didn't waver. 50 years ago, these two champions squared off in the 1968 singles state championship, representing the IHSAA's 39th annual state singles and 29th state doubles. The runner-up from Indianapolis Broad Ripple High School, Mike Kufeld, and the winner from LaPorte High School, Dan Bigg. A 7-5, 6-3 winner of the match that day, but both friends honored in the anniversary ceremonies. On to singles. From Park Tudor, senior Aiden Harris at 19-1 would take on 20-1 Presley Thieneman from Carmel High School. Both players working away in the volley, but Thieneman of Carmel finds the point. Later in the action, Aiden Harris of Park Tudor on the far court works his way closer to the net, then finds the opening. Harris with a big shot returns some fire. Again, Harris works towards the net, trying for the comeback. He gets the point here, but Thieneman still out ahead. This time in the second set, Presley works the angle, Harris works towards the net, but Thieneman strikes. Working at it back and forth, but it would be Thieneman of Carmel who takes the single prize after 2 sets. 6-0, 6-3. Off to doubles. Carmel Greyhounds would have another foot in the race, with Timmy Dixon and Garrett Lloyd squaring up against the Lions of Leo, Eli Heron and Isaac Steiner. Anyone's match. Garrett Lloyd of Carmel with the serve, working hard in the first set, a volley brewing, getting heated as it goes. Carmel comes up big, taking the first set. Carmel with shots from Lloyd returned by Heron, but Carmel gets the strike. The Greyhounds take the first set 7-5. Leo continues to fight. Not done yet. This time, Eli Heron gets the return to sender stamp ready. Lions gaining some momentum back, tied a set apiece heading into the third. And here comes the crowd pleaser. Isaac Steiner with a big spike at the net. The Lions roar, taking a 4-3 lead in the final set. And Leo would claim it 19-0. Fighting back down a set, Isaac Steiner and Eli Heron pull it off, taking the third set 6-3 over the Greyhounds and becoming the 2018-2019 doubles state champions.
More football highlights courtesy of the ISC Sports Network. The Noblesville Millers on the gridiron squaring up against the Lafayette Jefferson Broncos. Noblesville driving the field early in the first. Jefferson showing blitz, but senior QB Greg Gremmel, not fazed by that, quickly tosses the ball in the air to junior Jaden Barrett for the score. Millers up 7-0. Jefferson would respond on the next drive. Sophomore quarterback Max Grimes with the long ball to Brian Jenkins, and the senior reels it in for the touchdown. Tie game after the first quarter. It was the Grimes and Jenkins show on this night, looking like a WWE tag team here. Jenkins on the slant with the perfect throw from Grimes. Jefferson up 21-7. Noblesville not giving up because it is the playoffs. Gremmel with the lob to senior Zach Groover, looking groovy, bobbles the ball, hits his knee, and secures the ball for the touchdown. Millers down 7. But too much Jefferson and Jenkins on this night. On the jet sweep, he will trick the defense and give his offense a treat on this 84-yard touchdown run as Lafayette Jefferson defeats Noblesville 35-24, the final.
This is Alan True from 24/7 Sports with this week's State Champs Recruit Report. One of the state's top juniors is Fort Wayne Snyder offensive tackle Randy Holtz, and Holtz recently added a new Power 5 offer to his ledger when the West Virginia Mountaineers came through with a new offer. At 6'7", 340 pounds, Holtz is hearing from many of the top programs in the Midwest and beyond, and that offer now adds into a list that includes Boston College, Purdue, and several others. One of the state's other juniors also picked up his first offer as James Bamba, a tight end from Bloomington South, was offered by Ball State on a visit to campus recently. He is a 6'5", 220-pound target who plays 3 sports. He also plays basketball and golf, and is hearing from a number of other schools, including Michigan State and Cincinnati. Finally, one of the state's top specialists has made a decision as Ethan Warren, a long snapper from Avon, has committed to Ball State. He's ranked as the best long snapper in the entire state of Indiana and one of the best at his position in the entire country, and now gives the Cardinals some stability at that position. For this week's State Champs Recruit Report, I'm Alan True.
In Wakanda, we learn the art of battle in high school, and some of us are constantly upgrading our defenses to protect our home from any invaders.
And some of us are out there saving the universe. More girls soccer, boys soccer highlights, and more football coming up. Hey, you like 70s music?
What are those?
State Champs coming right back.
I'm not built to walk away.
I'm not built to sit still.
I'm not built to stand aside. I'm not built to speak softly.
I'm built for one thing.
Fanuc America is the #1 supplier of robots, CNCs, and factory automation. Our certified automation training prepares students for high-tech careers in advanced manufacturing. Manufacturers use automation to maximize productivity. That's why high-paying careers in advanced automation are in demand today. Our CERT program provides manufacturers and educators a STEM-based curriculum centered on robotics and automation training. Contact Fanuc to learn more about our certified automation training programs.
I ordered 2 large Howie Mauis with butter cheese crust.
Wow, you are one serious breast cancer awareness supporter.
Warrior for love, hope, and pizza. Can't seem to reach my wallet.
Flavor fanatics love us because for every pizza sold in October, a portion goes to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Now get a medium one-topping pizza for $1 when you buy a large one-topping pizza at regular menu price.
Hungry?
Howie's!
My passion is architecture. I don't want to sit around passively studying. I need to create. In our architecture studios at Lawrence Tech, we collaborate with students, faculty, and professionals from around the world. And from day one, we design using the same industry standard software that architecture firms use. I really feel like I'm designing my own future here. Lawrence Tech, possible is everything.
You're watching the playoffs on State Champs!
Now, back to girls soccer as we check out Class 3A finals. The Greyhounds of Carmel, ranked number 1 in the state and nation, welcoming the Spartans of Homestead, making the trip from Fort Wayne. Homestead, ranked number 2 in the state, just shy of Carmel, and number 5 in the nation. This matchup would be a battle for the title. 11 minutes down in the second half, Carmel with the PK. Junior forward Kelsey James with the opportunity at goal, and it does not disappoint. Top flight for that one. Carmel goes up 1-0. But 2 can play at that game. Homestead, this time with the PK. Morgan Hollywill with the strike and finds the back of the net for the tie goal. Carmel, down the stretch, would not let up. In OT, Ashley Watucky with the strike. Kelsey James with the putback off the keeper. And the Greyhounds deliver a game-winning finish, defeating Homestead 2-1 the final, claiming the girls' Class 3A state championship. Next over to 3A boys soccer state finals. It's the Eagles of Zionsville, with only 1 loss on the regular season, would take on the Chesterton Trojans. Chesterton, under head coach Lucas Saavedra, would counter with an undefeated season so far, and the stage was set for 2 prestigious programs. Scoreless in the second half, Zionsville pushing. Chris Freeman over to Jack Seamans for the strike, but the big save by sophomore Charlie Eaton, still without a score. We head to the second OT for this one. A big strike by Chesterton's Zach Bowser, but denied by Zionsville keep Sam Allen, still unfinished. But that would change. Time running down in the second OT. Chesterton with a corner kick. Bailey Arthur zings one, and teammate Robbie Kiphart with the redirect just past the keeper. Chesterton closes this one out for the Class 3A state championship, defeating Zionsville 1-0.
Over to Class A, the Covenant Christian Warriors would find a familiar foe in boys soccer. A rematch of last year's finals with visiting Fort Wayne Canterbury. The Cavaliers no stranger to the title. Last year Canterbury defeated Covenant Christian 2-1 for their record-breaking 6th title. Scoreless through regulation and OT, we head to a classic shootout finish. Covenant Christian up first. McLean Hastings up against Canterbury's keep, Clayton Perry. And Covenant would get the net, 1-0 in the shootout. Warriors head up. Next, Cavaliers' Jonathan Bowen up against Keep Jacob Sasud. Bowen fouls suit for Canterbury, 1-1 all. And we fast forward to what you might expect out of 2 great programs. 5-5 tied in the shootout. A high miss from Covenant would open up the door for Canterbury. Joel Groninger buries it to the right side of the net, and Canterbury repeats the title. They get the win over Covenant Christian, claiming the 2018 Class A state championship.
If you've missed any of State Champs on your home viewing device, the show will air plenty of times throughout the week on Fox Sports Indiana. Just check the digital guide. Of course, who's got the time? Your personal mobile devices can check out all of our exclusive content at our brand new redesigned website, statechampsnetwork.com. You can also find it on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. The main event in football is next, Penn versus Warsaw.
Since the dawn of man, storytelling has been the most effective and engaging means of communication. Whether gathered around the warm glow of a fireplace or the family television set, a compelling story has always moved people to action. At Yellow Flag Productions, the Emmy-winning storytellers behind our television programs are now helping clients create content that emphasizes their people and passions. Let us tell your story and share it with the world.
I want a career in robotics and automation, so I chose Lawrence Tech for its first in Michigan robotics engineering program. LTU's brand new STEM complex has a robotics lab where we can design, build, and program robots in a creative atmosphere. And the best thing is, I haven't graduated yet, but I already have a job in my field. I know I made the right choice for my career. Lawrence Tech, possible is everything.
Welcome back to State Champs. Peter Quill, also known as Star-Lord, here as we get ready for what they call the main event. Doesn't get any bigger than Warsaw versus Mishawaka Penn. Sounds like the name of a Cree girl I dated once. Wait a second. Thanos got all of the Infinity Stones, didn't he? He snapped his fingers, right? Oh, man. Class 6A playoffs now in full effect. Sectional 2 featured in this week's main event. The 9th-ranked 7-2 Penn Kingsmen versus the 12th-ranked 7-2 Warsaw Tigers. TCU Freed Field, the battleground. Penn won last year's sectional championship over Warsaw 40-0, but these Tigers fresh off their most regular season victories in 17 years. Senior quarterback Joshua West sees Luke Adamik pass the secondary. They'll connect, and the result, a 68-yard scamper to pay dirt. Tigers with a 7-3 lead into the locker room. But Penn all season has had no problem coming from behind. 9 out of 10 games they've had to rally. First possession of the third, Kingsmen cap a 5-play, 83-yard drive with sophomore quarterback Ron Paulus III and Brock Boynton on the same page. 21-yard score, Paulus threw for 148 yards in the contest, Penn up 3. Kingsmen coming off a 49-42 loss to rivals Mishawaka, but points at a premium in this one. Gotta get creative. The southpaw Boynton with a perfectly executed reverse as he delivers to Nicholas Favilla, and the sophomore gains over half a field on this play. Later, Paulus gives to Trenton Horvath, and he powers into the paint. Kingsmen reign supreme in this one, defeating Warsaw 16-7. Penn now 13-0 all-time versus the Tigers. Gotta feel good.
Oh, it was a great feeling, especially with my brothers next to me. We played behind before, so we know what it feels like and we know how to fight back.
I was just kidding. We didn't turn to dust. We even brought some friends out here to close the show.
That's right. Thanks for checking out our Halloween show. And just from a few of our cast and crew, we say Happy Halloween.
And here's a special message.
Happy Halloween. Hey, from the staff of State Champs and our newest member, Luca, Happy Halloween.
State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Stryker, discover your strengths and follow your passion with us. Fanuc America, the leading supplier of robotics, CNCs, and factory automation. State Champs, also working in partnership with the Indiana High School Athletic Association.